Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Repairs. Today I got a good one for you. You guessed it. We're block sanding this Mach 1 hood. I just kind of want to give you an idea how I'm doing it. So backstory on this is about a brand new hood. It's aftermarket, but it's a good quality hood. About it from online CJ Parts. Big money to ship it. So anyway, it's a little wavy. So a couple options you got. Grind it all down, mud it, block it, spend oodles of hours on it, or you block it down, etch prime it, and then you go ahead and put 2 or 3 good coats of high build 2K primer over the hood and block it. Now, there's nothing perfect on any car, and I'm not trying to make this car perfect. I just want to make it nice. I don't want it to look, like the ocean or anything like that. I want it to be, respectable. I don't want to spend 80 hours on this hood. I shouldn't have to. It's a brand new hood. So the reason why they're wavy is because of the bracing underneath. It seems like if you see right here, I block through. There's a down to the metal right here. So there was a little dip in this area. You can see it right here. If you look real close, you'll see some guide coat. So there's a brace here and a brace here. No brace in the middle. You can tell by just pushing on the metal. When you can push on it, there's no brace, and when you can't push on it, there is. So I got a little low here, this is where the brace is, so that's basically high now. But we're good. We're good this way. So I'm going to leave this area now. So basically what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you what I'm doing on this hood to make it a little bit straighter. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be laser straight, because in order to do that, I'd have to grind this whole area. I'd have to grind the whole hood down to bare metal, put a skim coat of mud on it, block it out. It would just be a nightmare. Plus, it's not, the car, it's not a perfect car. Nothing's perfect in this world. So, yeah, you just try to do the best you can on whatever you're working on and ship it. I'm selling the car. I want it to sell ASAP as quickly as possible. I want it to look awesome, and it's gonna, regardless of a wave or two. So anyway, let's get started. I got my vacuum big block here, and it's going to be a little noisy, but I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. And we're going to probably just work in this area right here. So I got a little low left. So basically what I want to do is I want to bring this primer down to this level. So I'm not going to be blocking much in here. I'm going to be blocking more on this and on this with this big old block here. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. And then I'm going to do another example right. This area here is pretty nice. The rest of the hood was pretty nice, respectable. It's going to look sweet. But right in this area, from here to maybe here, had a couple high spots, so I tapped them down. So those highs created lows. So I tapped down the highs, and hopefully this will smooth out nicely. There was like a little something going on here, and it's going to have to be the way it is just because of the way they stamped the hood. So let's go ahead and start blocking. I'll show you what I got. We're going to make this video sweet and short. But I wanted to show, just how you can make something a little bit better just by blocking it out without spending 50 years on it. So yeah, just an example. It took me a half hour to block it down with 180. Got all the edges, everything. Then I hurried up and taped it, as you can see, just around the edges. Didn't even worry about the underside because I got to paint that. Etched it. I etch primed it. Let that sit, and then I put maybe 3 coats. 3 coats of high build 2K primer over the top. Let it sit for a couple days. Here we are blocking. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to prime it again. So I'm just using a good piece of 180. I could go down to 120 and it would cut a whole lot faster. But the areas aren't that bad, so we're just going to use 180 and see what we get. So let's let her rip. So yeah, we're going to worry about this area right in here now. Kind of give you an idea how I'm going to block it, how I've been blocking it. So yeah, we got a couple different ways we can go. I'm not putting a lot of pressure. I'm just letting the block do the work. So I'm going to clean the paper first. Going to come in a couple different directions. Now I don't want to get too carried away right here and put a line in there because there's like a little dip. So I'm going to stay away from this edge. I'm going to try to stay right in this area when I'm doing the blocking. And I got my hand right here, so I know that I'm not going to even get over there. So just going to block and come this way now. Kind of got the block angled to make it straight. I don't want it this way. I want it this way so I can knock this area down and this area down. Yeah, I can still, it's still kind of low in here, but the primer is filling that low spot in. Okay, here we go. Now we got but keep looking at it too. Okay. Come across where the brace is right here now. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. Now I still got a low, very minute. And I got the brace. You can see the brace goes all the way across. This is the brace is about that wide underneath the hood. So it's still going to have a little something. But now I'm going to stop. I'm going to sand a little bit more on this side to try to bring this a little bit lower to blend it in a little bit. And when I reprime, the first thing I'm going to do is etch, of course, any bare metal. But I'm going to put 2 coats only on these low spots. Just going to go a coat here, wherever the low spots are. I'm not going to get heavy with it. I'm just going to do a coat, and then I'm going to do 2 coats overall. So when I go ahead and reblock, I'll bet you that this area here is not going to be low anymore because it's got enough material to level it out. It's not going to take much to make this pretty sweet. It's not going to have like a big dip. Like I say, it wasn't too bad to begin with, but just by sanding what we did that little bit, brought it down. And this wasn't here before, so I'm stopping. Otherwise, I'll be defeating the purpose. So now, let's just leave this. I'm just going to leave this. And like I say, I'm going to go 1 or 2 coats of primer on all the low spots. And then 2 coats overall. So when I go ahead and reblock, it's going to look sweet. That's just a little hot tip for you. That's what I've done. I've been doing auto body since I was 17. So I got a lot of experience in this. A lot of guys are going to tell you their way of doing it. And this is the way I do it. So yeah, as long as you got good adhesion, you etch your bare metal, keep the scratch down, yeah, you'll be fine. So yeah, and use good products too. Don't be buying cheap primers and stuff like that. You want to use good products on everything from start to finish, including fillers and clears and base coat. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this little area here. Like I said, there's a couple high spots, and we'll probably see them, but we'll see the lows too. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna block. I can already see them. I gotta be careful here because the hood goes up. So I'm going to probably be around about here. I want to stay here because I don't want to be gouging the primer over here. So I think I should move the camera just back just a titch. Okay. And when you're blocking, just, you know, try to go the length of the hood. And I ain't putting any pressure. And this gives you a good overview on your surface. You can go this way if you want. You can go back and forth. You just don't want to go like this. Don't go like that because you'll leave a line. So you always want to be moving. Sometimes you can go like this. I mean, this works too. But this hood is moving all over the place, and it's kind of hard to stand, so maybe I'll hold it a little bit with my leg. And we got a good edge here, so you want to be careful on that. Like I say, this area here was pretty nice, except for these lows. So let's see what we got here. It actually looks pretty good. So, got the light coming in. So I got a low here, and that's maybe a low here, just a little one. So it was pretty bad. There's actually a low here too. So you got a low, and maybe a little one. So let's go ahead and we'll sand a little bit more and we'll see what it looks like. Now in this area here, I'm going to turn the block. I'm going to go up it and down it, up it and down it. But I got to be careful in here because of that curve. So I got the sandpaper kind of tilt back a little bit. I'm going to basically have to use a soft block in here. But I'm more concerned about this edge. Pretty hard to go crisscross in here because there's no room. So okay, here we go. Prime example. Right here. The hood probably isn't too straight right here. So we got a high. We probably had a low, but not anymore. And might be good here too. So whenever you start seeing spots like this, stop. Move on. You know, try not to sand in this area anymore. It's looking good here. So yeah, I'm just going to keep moving on now. I'll use a soft block up in here, not a big deal. And probably I'll probably use this block up in there for a little bit. Maybe I'll do some sanding like that. I don't know, I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and sand up here and see what we got. Now this area here has a line for it's got like a little something going on right here. So this is soft block only. And when I mean soft block, I mean a block like this. This is a sponge block. It's not perfectly, it's you know, it's pretty flat if you don't put any pressure on it. It's Velcro, so it holds paper. This is kind of nice for kind of getting up and stuff like that. It moves around. So this is a soft block. I like this block, it works really good. Try to stay with the vacuum blocks, you know, because I don't blow in the shop here. So let's go ahead and do this area right in here and see what it looks like. I know it had like a low in here, so let's see if I did anything to it. And I'm just going over it quick, so you can kind of see where the lows are. And that's where you want to concentrate if you want it to look good. Now, I didn't put much primer on this front edge because it was pretty nice. But when they stamp this stuff, it's not perfect, you know? You can look on any car and the stamp, and you know, the metal's just not totally straight. So our job is just to try to make it look a little bit better without spending, you know, 2 weeks on a hood. Alright, so there you go. This is what we got. So we got a little bit of low here. I seen that, but I don't think I got enough primer on here, but we'll see. So basically what I'm going to do now, it's low here because of how this whole area is. It's all weird, you know. They had to cut it out and stamp it and all this and that. So we're going to try to hopefully make this better. And if not, I'm going to put a couple coats of primer in this area and then I'm going to reblock it, you know, when it's time to paint. And yeah, it looks a little something there. That's nothing. Otherwise, I think it looks pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and see what we got here. We're going to get it down to metal here, get it down to metal here, and that's going to hopefully take care of this little spot. We'll see. So I'm going to concentrate on the good primer. I want to knock this primer down to try to level that up. But it doesn't look like we've got too much primer here. And there is kind of like a little hump here. So just going to block a little bit more, see what it looks like. Now we're down to metal here. And we're down to metal here, so I'm going to stop. It's not bad. There's a low there. But like I say, if I go two coats of primer right in this area, I'll be good. Because there's going to be 2 coats in that area plus the overall 2 coats. So that's going to give me 4 coats right here. By the time it's all blocked down, it's going to be 2 coats again, you know, because you got to fill that area in. But yeah, she should be good. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like in this little area quick, and we'll cut this video short. I just wanted to give you an overview on block sanding, and just know that you can make anything better just by doing what we're doing. Otherwise, you're going to have to grind it all down and mud it up, spend 50 hours on a hood. It's not worth it. This hood might be flat too. I'm not sure if I'm going to go flat black on it. I've seen hoods where they somehow do this area right in here black. So this area would be flat black and this part would be colored. So I'm not sure how we're going to do it, but I don't really like flat black much because if you get a mark on it, you can't fix it unless you're going to have to repaint it. You can't buff it. Any dirt in it, you can't do anything with it. So, I'm not really big on it. I like it, but I just don't like it because you can't fix it if something happens. you're washing it and you mar it, you can't fix it. So anyway, let's go ahead and block in here. So yeah, so now before you start blocking, know what you got. So I got a valley here, and I got a valley here. So I want to be careful with the block. You know, I don't want to go like this. I want to like keep it like this on the valleys. These areas here, and then there's actually a little center hump here. So I'll show you that. That's like, so yeah, make sure you know your surroundings. You know, what do you got to sand? This is a humpy looking thing. So yeah, we'll just give it a quick sand. Hopefully you can see. Okay. So this is kind of a quickie. So what do we got? We got looking pretty good. Looks like we got a little something here, here, and here. All that, and maybe right there. So that's what you want to concentrate on. So I want to start blocking this area down more to level it out over here. So let's see, I'll block a little bit more. I'm actually going to I'm going to clean the paper. I'm going to bring the paper kind of like this, just so this edge goes over that a little bit more than what it was. And I'm sanding, and I'm picking it up. I'm sanding, picking it up. Sanding, picking it up. Now you can sand back and forth if you want, but I find it's better to sand like I'm doing, picking it up. Concentrating on the valley. I got a valley right here too. It goes all the way up. Okay, look here. Right here. Down to the edge. I'm going to stop. That's it. So let's work this area. Now there's no hump here, so it's kind of flat, but not. So I'm just kind of sand it there. This stops in here, so you can kind of get an idea how that looks. Almost looks like there's a low right there. Brand new hood. I could have just painted it, but I want the hood to be better than it was. So, another hot tip. When I'm done blocking, see we got a high here, so we got a low here, high here, a little low in there. Now I'll say I don't spend too much time in these areas because I don't want to, take too much of primer out of the low area. So now I got this. I can turn the block around, but I got the vacuum deal in the way. So I got to move the sandpaper. Bring it the other direction. So they can come up on it this way. I'm going from the top all the way to the bottom, back up to the top. The hose keeps on coming on. I normally have my mask on, but it's pretty hard to hear when I'm doing the video. But it's sucking up 99% of the dust, so we're good. We're good for now. Recommend masks for dust for sure. I recommend the vacuum blocks. They're the best. Keeps the shop clean. I recommend respirators when you're priming. Be safe, people. Enjoy your little projects, but if you want to enjoy them after they're done, you gotta be safe. Otherwise, you're gonna be 6 feet under. A lot of my friends didn't wear masks. Priming, that's what does it. That's what'll get you. So anyway, be safe. Have fun. Do the best you can. There you go. So, just want to make a quick overview on block sanding. I'm trying to make things a little bit better. If you guys like the content, please like, subscribe, share, ring the bell. Yeah, hopefully you learned something on this video. Got any questions, leave a comment. Got Buddy out here. He's making sure I'm doing the job correctly. He sanded a little bit. He kind of showed me how to do it. So anyway, I totally appreciate it. And please like, subscribe. Hope you guys are doing good. I'll catch you on the next video. Thank you.